What's going on, people? Welcome to another Toronto Hoop Talk live stream. My name is Alam, and today we got Game 5 Pacers Knicks, a really big watch along game. I'm very excited about. This is the conference final series that's really been holding us down from an entertainment standpoint. These games usually get a pretty unreal fourth quarter, unlike the other series. So very happy to be watching this game tonight. Shout out to the 8 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I see my guy Sai is in here early. Good to see you, bro. Hope you're feeling well. Hope all is well. And we're about to get this game tipped off pretty shortly. We got the sofa scoreboard here. They're always a little bit ahead of us, ahead of the broadcast. We got the game tipped off on Sofa Score. Damn, we got 2-0 Knicks, and I haven't even seen the tip off yet. Okay, hold on. Let's see how. Damn, they're 27 seconds into the game, and I just got the tip off right now. But yeah, we got 2-0 Knicks, which I'm about to see shortly. Basic starting lineups for both teams. You got Cat and Mitchell on the court, as the Knicks have a pretty big lineup. Brunson with a floater, knocks it down. 2-0 New York. Nembhard bringing the ball up the court. Interesting thing about this game is that we've seen, 20-point comebacks from both teams. So there's really no point where you feel like the game is over. The thing about Minnesota OKC is that in that series, we had, only one close game? In both those series, the game was effectively decided in the third quarter of almost every game. This series, you know that the game is never really decided. So entertainment value is different in this series. We got Brunson bringing the ball up the court, getting checked by Nesmith. Seeing Nesmith on Shea next series, if that happens, that'd be interesting to see. I feel like Indy doesn't necessarily have a great matchup for Shea. Brunson. Baseline jumper, knocks it down. Looks like Brunson is sharp starting out this game. Halliburton to Nesmith. Siakam. Ooh, turns it over. Turner isn't ready for the pass. Bridges to Towns. Towns with a deep three. Rims out. Knocked out of bounds by Mitch Robinson. Tom Thibodeau's 3-9 in potential elimination games. Damn, that's tough. That's not great. And again, once again, whenever they put the camera on him and I see his hair, it pisses me off. Pisses me off every time. Brunson. Oh, wow, another tough shot by Brunson. Brunson is ready to go today. 6-0 New York. Bridges picking up Halliburton damn near full court. Hallie drives, kicks to Miles Turner, who's wide open at the three-point line, and he knocks it down. Okay. Can't leave him that open. Brunson to OG. Hand off to Bridges. Pass to Mitchell Robinson. Damn. Brunson driving a lob to Mitch Robinson, and Brunson is cooking. Has scored or assisted on every single New York point so far. Oof. Come on, Turner. You got to be ready for that pass. Nembhard. Siakam. Siakam pulls up from three. Ooh, misses that shot. Siakam's loved playing in New York all playoffs. But no luck with that shot. OG drives, gets fouled, puts it up, misses. OG to the free throw line. So yeah, something I'm looking forward to in this game is seeing if any role players on New York can have a better than expected performance. You know, it's a commonly discussed thing in basketball that come playoff time, role players on home teams have much better chances of producing than role players on road teams. This is a team that desperately needs a good performance, that desperately needs a standout game. So who are the role players on New York that can take advantage of this platform with the game being a home game? But yeah, we go to commercial. The game is on a break. As some of you might know, what we do here at Toronto Hoop Talk during commercials is we play the Immaculate Grids game. The Immaculate Grid's a pretty interesting puzzle game. 5+ assists per game in a season for these three teams. Okay. We got New York and sorry, we got okay, hold on. I think this is Jordan Bell. Okay, 0.2. Let's go. Do we have a Cole Aldridge? I don't think so. Do we have a DeLon Wright? I'm not confident that DeLon Wright played for the Bulls, so I don't know. Utah Jazz and Pacers. Who played for those two teams? The Utah Jazz Pacers is going to be tough. Jazz Washington. Kirilenko? No. I have to figure that out. Pacers Bulls. Oh, Doug McDermott. 6%. Damn. Bulls in New York. I think that's Justin Holiday. 0.3. Let's go. All right, we got. Let's just do 5 assists. Knicks 5 assists per game. Okay, hold on. I'm sure they had a point guard that was popping off. Wait, no. Jeremy Lin wouldn't have 5 assists. He wasn't a passer like that. I see. I got my guy King joining backstage. What's going on, bro?
What's going on?
Man,
See,
Brunson's cooking.
God.
Oh, good, all good, bro. Some of these games have been at 8:30. Some of these games have been at 8.
Yeah.
Who really knows? But yeah, man, Brunson is cooking. He's having a crazy game. All right. Oh, Steve Novak. 5%. Damn. Washington and Utah. Damn, Utah options are not the CJ Miles. Damn, 3%. Okay. Washington and Utah. Not Rudy Gay. Devin Harris, no. Colin Sexton, no. Boozer, no. Beal, no. Okay, the game is back, but we're gonna have to work on that. Yeah, the game returns to free throws for OG Anunoby, or free throw, as I should say, because he made the first. OG shooting the second, makes the free throw. Oh, bro, King. There's been a couple interesting stats. Carlisle is 10-5 all time in game clinching games or series clinching games, and Thibodeau is 3-9 in potential elimination games in his career. So, shit, man. Those stats suggest that we should see a Pacers win, but New York is playing good to start the game. Actually, I lied. It's not even New York. It's mainly Brunson. Neesmith, wide open 3 from the wing, and he misses. Ooh. Brunson gets knocked down by Neesmith, and he's holding his leg, little bit hesitant to get up. I'm sure he's fine. It didn't look that bad. Probably just needs a minute. Yeah, he's fine. They showed a replay. Didn't look like anything dangerous happened. Robinson to Cat. And he misses. Halliburton to Turner. Halliburton goes around the screen to the corner. Ben Shepherd knocks down a three. Big shot by Mustache Man. Brunson posting up Ben Shepherd, and Ben Shepherd puts the clamps on Brunson. Siakam spins, fouled, free throws for Pascal Siakam, and an opportunity to tie the game at the free throw line. Big free throws for Pascal. I see Cat got a haircut, or at least a lineup. No, probably a hair. Yeah, just a whole cut for this game, bro. He's ready to. He's ready for his moment, I guess. He's gonna split these free throws. Isn't he? Yeah, misses the first one. Definitely he'll make the second, though. And SofaScore spoils it for me that he did make the second. Siakam knocks the second one down. 7:39 to go, 1 point game. New York did have a hot start. Brunson came out on fire. But there, I think what was a 6 point lead at some point is cut down to 1. OG to Bridges. Rich Robinson almost turns it over. And Bridges makes a tough shot. Siakam tries to get around Bridges, can't, posts him up, spins. Ooh, that shot went in and out. It rolled around the entire rim and then rimmed out. Bridges. Ooh. Big block by Miles Turner, man. Big fourth quarter for him in the last game. See if he can build on that. Tyrese draws the contact, no call. He misses, and the Knicks almost turn it over anyways. OG posting up Ben Shepherd. OG, strong take to the basket, misses. Rebound tipped out by Turner, but they are calling a foul. That's tough. If they called that on Miles Turner, that's tough. I don't know if he did anything. Damn. What's going on, bro? You have a prediction for this game? I feel like you always have a prediction. So let's hear it for this game. OG step back 3 misses.
Well, I do have a prediction and a little stat that I realized.
Okay, hit us with it. Man, I hope so too.
For the Pacers, every single time they won a series, they lost game 3 just to win in 5.
Damn, okay, they could be three-peating the East. 12-3 against the East in the playoffs is nasty.
And I think every game 3 has been at their home stadium too.
Yeah, because they've never had home court, right? The entire playoffs?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
unless they did it against Milwaukee, they've always been at the.
I think they had home court against Milwaukee. I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had it against Milwaukee, but they've been the road team in both the series since. and they would be the road team in the finals. So that would be 3 series in a row where they start out on the road. But they've been road demons, bro. They've been slapping teams game 1 and game 2 on the road. Brunson to Bridges. Towns from 3. Oh my God, bro. Hits a 3 and then falls into the crowd. Man said need game 6. From an entertainment value, maybe, but also like selfishly, bro, it would be nice to get a little break from basketball streaming. Like, I think it would be like a week off. Maybe I would do a finals preview. I might do a finals preview. Damn. SofaScore is way ahead. Actually, hold on. If I can find a Pacers fan, I'll do a finals preview because I have a Thunder fan. I have Jez. So I might scour the internet for a Pacers fan that's down to hop on a stream, and we'll have a finals preview.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Oh, big 3 by Brunson. Hey, come on, SofaScore. There we go. Oh, it just glitched. It showed 23-13, but then back to 17. Okay. 23-13. Damn, so they're going to make another 3. Nemhard to Toppin. Bro, think about it. OKC had 9 days off between round 1 and round 2. They're going to have 7 days off between round 3 and round 4. You're talking about 16 days of breaks in the playoffs. OKC is damn near in regular season mode from a health standpoint. There's definitely more time off to chill. I'm gonna find something else to do with it though, because like if it slows up on this channel, I'm just popping to my NFL channel and we're gonna do more NFL stuff. But yeah, we're gonna definitely find things to do. But yo, Roger, what do you think of this game? Like, do you have a prediction for who's gonna win? And then yeah, there's 13 people watching live. Shout out to all the new people watching live. For those of you who might not be familiar, we do this thing here called the Immaculate Grid during commercials when there's no basketball happening. You got to come up with players that match each square, and you're looking for the most unconventional names possible. So Justin Holiday, 0.3% for Knicks and Bulls. That means 0.3% of people who play this game pick Justin Holiday, which means that that's an excellent answer. Jordan Bell is amazing. So you only get 9 guesses. There's 9 squares. Feel free to be active in the chat if you have any great answers for any of these. We got 4 guesses left. We need a player for Bulls and Wizards, and then we need people who average 5 assists per game throughout an entire year with these teams. So for the Pacers, I think a good unconventional answer would be Evan Turner. Oh, no, he didn't do it. We've wasted a guess. Evan Turner didn't get 5 assists a game, bro. That man is a point guard, basically. What the hell? Okay, let me look up Evan Turner's stats. What did he do? Oh, no. He didn't get assists that 1 year in Indy. That's actually his career low in assists, damn near. We fucked up. Okay, Wizards, 5 assists a game. Now that we've already blown the grid and it's done, we can kind of just throw out wild guesses. I'm trying to think somebody between. Was there anybody between Gilbert Arenas and John Wall? I don't think so, right? Was there anyone between John Wall and now? Oh, yeah, there's hella people. Oh, no, Russell Westbrook is never a good answer. He's always really popular. Bro, King, do you have any suggestions for Wizards? Oh, you know what, bro? Let's just roll with Muggsy, see what happens. Muggsy, 2%. Let's go. Knicks, 5 assists a game. We have to unconventional names. You know what? Let's just learn about Jeremy Lin. Did he do it? Jeremy Lin, 4%. Shit. Okay, 1 guess left. Let's circle back to Indy and let's just see how bad of an answer George Hill is. George Hill, 6%. Damn, low key, that was okay. But yeah, shout out to the 12 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Toronto Hoop Talk. We got watch-alongs all throughout the rest of the playoffs. And like I mentioned earlier, this is how we occupy time during these watch-alongs. If there's no basketball on, that's all good. We are going to sit here and enjoy our time doing grids. Okay, as always, my first thought is do we have a Cole Aldridge? And the answer is no. Now, my second thought is, do we have a DeLon Wright? And the answer is, I think it's no. The next question is, shockingly, for some reason, is do we have a Lou Williams? And I think the answer is no. Do we have a Jeff Green? I think we do. I think this is a Jeff Green. 7%. Damn. Yo, what happened to the good Jeff Greens? What happened to the game I love, man? What did the stats look like? Cavaliers, Lakers is there, but too easy. Oh, for sure, bro. LeBron, my goodness. Actually, one time we should put LeBron for something just to see how awful it is. McConnell to the basket. Smokes the layup. Offensive rebound for Tony Bradley. Knocked out of bounds by Josh Hart. Bro King, have you heard any OTA updates from Pittsburgh?
None, but that's because I really don't search for OTA.
Oh, you don't really tap in? Fair enough.
I'll probably look at some after this game, but for now, I know nothing.
Okay, the main ETA I got from Philly is that basically last year, right, if there's two corners on the field, which is almost never, by the way, nowadays, 3 corners is the standard. But whenever there was 2 corners on the field, obviously it would be Darius Slay and Quinyon Mitchell. It looks like this year it's going to be Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell. And then when we play 3 DBs, Cooper DeJean kicks into the slot. And then there's another corner that comes in to play outside. But what that means, though, is that we got Cooper DeJean as an outside corner, bro. White corners are officially up. But yeah, 23-15. This is a basketball stream, but I do have an NFL channel as well for anybody that's interested. I'll drop that in the chat later. But it is an 8-point game. Brunson has the ball going around the screen. Brunson posts up Halliburton, fades, and knocks it down. Man, Brunson's difficult shot making is crazy tonight. What does he have? 12 points, 2 assists? I think that means he's responsible for like 16 of the Knicks. 16 of the Knicks 25 points. My guy Brunson is cooking. Tyrese to Ben Shepherd. McConnell loads up the 3, takes his time, and knocks it down. 25-18. Bridges getting guarded by Halliburton. Really good recovery by Tony Bradley there, hedging the screen and then falling back into... Oh. That was almost a foul by McConnell. But yeah, making a good rotation off of it. Obi top in to Tyrese. Tyrese back to Obi. Obi from 3. Pump fakes. Draws out Hart. Passes to TJ McConnell. Man, Hart had a hell of a defensive possession here. Oh, no, Ben Shepherd. Oh, no, Ben Shepherd. Oh, no. Damn. I think he missed an open pass that could have led to an open 3, but he drove it. Still almost made the little floater, but it was contested and definitely wasn't easy. Oh, man. Then a blown defensive assignment results in a Mitch Robinson dunk. Obi, wide open from 3. Back rim, misses. Ooh, Brunson misses. And then Obi top in with a turnover. Okay, that's 3 possessions in a row where Obi had a bad play. I think he made the wrong pass, then he took the wrong shot, then he turned it over. And he was the closest defender to Mitch Robinson when he blew that assignment. So that's not good. Jalen, my guy, hope he turns it up. Bro, he is turning it up. He is about as he's turning it up as high as it could possibly be, bro. 18 of his teams, he's responsible for 18 of his team's 27. Brunson to Hart. Hart to Bridges. Tough three from Bridges, but he misses. Mitch Robinson complains for about a foul. Siakam goes up, lays it in. 27-20, 120 to go. Ben Matherin's checked in the game to pick up Brunson 3/4 of the court. So Brunson, he's been cooking, but he's got fresh Ben Matherin on him, like fresh legs. Oh my God. Grifts his way into a easy. It wasn't easy because Matherin was there, but he did find a way to get an angle to shoot the ball under the basket, but he missed. Pascal's trying to post up Deuce McBride. He's got him. Sets a screen for Ben Math. Oh, Benny Math hits a three. Matherin, who had a hot hand in the last game, I think he had like 18 in like 15 minutes. Shows up, picks up Jalen Brunson 3/4 of the way up the court, and then hits a three. That's an impact substitute right there. Substitute. An impact bench player right there. Deuce McBride to Josh Hart. He's wide open from three, and he misses. Shot rims out. Indy down 4. I think they've been down 10 so far in this first at some point, but the deficit is cut to 4. McConnell dribbling the clock out, 15 seconds to go. 2-second difference between the shot clock and the play clock. McConnell goes around a Ben Shepherd screen, passes it to Ben Matherin. Ben Matherin holds onto the ball. He just, oh my God. That was the most ball hog shit ever. He caught the ball, didn't even dribble it. Just jab step, jab step, jab step, jab step, pulls up, misses. And the first quarter is over. It is 27-23. TJ McConnell is complaining to somebody about something. Are you cracking something open?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, man. Let's go. It's not even a 30-point game yet. Oh, Brunson got away with one there. He pulled Ben Matherin's jersey back. That's defensive holding in football. He literally did that shit on a basketball court. But yeah, big up to the 12 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, Toronto Hoop Talk. We got all kinds of watch-alongs throughout the playoffs coming up, all kinds of content. Likes and subscriptions, the most impactful way to support content on YouTube. So if you want to support what's going on, that's the best way to do it. We're at the road to 250 subs. We're actually at 250, but I'm not changing it until it gets to like 252 because people unsubscribe every now and then. So road to 300 subs. That's really where we're at. But yeah, let's go Thunder, man. See, Jared knows what's good, right, King?
Fuck no.
And let's try to hit 251. We're 100%, man. Let's try to hit 251.
You will never catch me saying that.
Oh, man. This guy said we will never get caught lacking. We will never get caught supporting OKC. Okay, I think this is Jordan Hill. Nope, I guess not. Damn, I think I made that mistake earlier, too. Shit. Damn. Dude, the Timberwolves did not want to play it up. Bro, I'm telling you, once they found the one-way flight from OKC to Cancun, they stopped playing. They knew what their next destination was. Is this Yogi Ferrell? Okay, it is. Let's go. Magic and Cavs. Actually, hold on. Magic and Lakers. Okay, this can be Sessions. No, it might not be. It'll be Augustine.
Mark Price?
Oh, I already put Augustine.
No, for Magic and Cavs.
Mark Price. I don't know who that is, but I like it. Player from the 80s. Let's go.
I didn't want to do something like a 10 and 5 with there. I thought that wouldn't be as popular.
Warriors and Kings. There's, oh no, this is pissing me off. There's somebody good. It's not No. Oh, McGee. JaVale McGee. Shit, Mr. Shacking a fool. 0.6%. I could have done that for the Wizards as well.
Warriors, Magic, or Boykins?
Ooh. Ooh. Oh, hold on. This is the king himself, Jordan Bell.
What's that? Oh, I thought I was tripping.
Nah, bro. I got a couple wrong while you weren't looking.
I was like, because that's why I thought that was like 0.5 or something. And I was like, ain't no way this man got 25%. I don't know where I got the 2 from. Don't ask.
You were about to crash out. I could see it coming.
Yes, I absolutely was.
Steelers are interested in the Smith from the Dolphins. Who's the Smith?
Who's the Smith?
Yo, you gotta look at their roster and find a Smith. Any of them. If there's multiple, it's one of them.
Oh, God, okay. Dolphins, Smith.
I legitimately don't know who it would be.
Jonu Smith?
Oh, the tight end? Nah, you guys have Fryermuth. You're good. Missed shot by McConnell. Siakam with the rebound. Siakam spins. Handoff. That's a weird place to hand the ball off at. Gets the ball back. Oh,
Why?
that's a heads up pass to McConnell, though. That was a good pass. No, I don't believe that. That sounds like cap.
No. Yeah,
That
that's
sounds
gotta
like
be Cap. What's the
heavy
point?
cap
We
to
have
me.
moved. And I think we still have like Washington too. So what's the point getting Jonu?
Heavy cap, bro. Hart goes left. Kicks it to, is that Deuce McBride? Oh, I think that was DeLon Wright. Wait, I think it's Precious Achiuwa. No, it's DeLon Wright. Never mind. Obi Toppin from 3. Man, Obi has had a stinker so far. Obi did not come to play. Plus, he has 1 year. Okay, yeah, no, that's cap, bro. They don't need him. Okay, New York to Cancun flight time.
That was like 4 hours.
We already looked at it. 4 hours, 5 minutes. Okay.
Yes. We already looked that up.
Flight May 29. No, I don't have to enter the information. Okay, no, May 30th. Friday, May 30th. Man, what's the earliest flight, man? 8 a.m., 4 p.m., 3 p.m.
There was one for like a 7 a.m.
Oh, 7 a.m. Okay. They can catch this one. They can get on this flight. What is that? American Airlines? This thing? I don't know what that is.
That's United.
It's United, man. United
Yes.
flight, they got them. Obi to the basket. Finally makes a good play. A layup, cutting the deficit to 5. Deuce McBride drives and kicks to Shamit. Bro, we have a McBride, Shamit, and DeLon Wright lineup. This is a sickening lineup. Like, Indy has to make a run right now. They have to. It's not an option to not make a run. Obi to the basket.
It's always an option.
Obi lays
It's a
it
nasty option, but it's an option.
in. Bro, bench points in this game, 17-0 for Indy. My goodness.
Oh, it was like that like last game too. Last game was
Think
like
about it.
12
They're
to
up 1.
nothing.
That means their starters are outscoring Indy's starters by what? Like 20? No, it's 20. The Knicks starters are outscoring the Pacers starters by 20.
Yo, I just look. Brunson has like when he's off the bench, he has like a plus 18. He's minus 11 on the court, but he's plus 18 off on the bench.
Bro, Pascal just hit a 3. It's a 2-point game again.
No, it's not.
Oh yeah, Sofa score. They don't play games. Okay, let's see which player made the 3. It has to be Cat. Yo, Shamit almost did the splits, man. You can't be doing the splits on a basketball court. Cat drives, defense collapses, hands it off to Deuce McBride. Let's go. Man said OKC's the next dynasty. I agree. King, what do you think?
Is there even gonna be a next dynasty?
That's actually a fair question. But the thing is, they do have the draft picks. They don't have the spending power, but they do have the draft picks. The thing is, they're going to be the next dynasty if they can get player evaluations right. And they can use that to trade the right players, keep the right players, and draft the right players. So if they get that done, they're not going to have the kind of dynasty where they have great players and they pay everybody and they're good. But they do have enough resources to cycle in talent as they have to let talent go. And I think, and from that standpoint, yeah, they're set up nicely to be the next dynasty. The thing is, though, when it comes to assets, the Spurs are built to not deal with them, but I mean, like, bro, think about how many assets the Spurs have. And they have Wemby, which is like one piece that's a standout above anybody that OKC has. So I actually think Spurs, OKC, like, they're both going to be juggernauts going forward. You can tell those guys will take pay cuts. I'm not going to take that for granted. Like, I know they clearly have a team thing going on, but I'm not going to take that for granted.
Yeah. Because who knows? Maybe once these guys do want, like, money.
It's just all fun and games until it actually comes down to leaving $100 million on the table. Or, like, maybe not 100, but, like, how much money did Brunson leave on the table? He left, like, what, 80? But it's just, like, I don't know. Brunson did it, so you can't rule it out. But, like, I'm just not going to take for granted that would happen.
Yeah.
OG foul Siakam. It's back to an 8-point game. But yeah, shout out to Mark, man. Good to see you guys. Shout out to everybody watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That's the best way to support content on YouTube. Yeah, we'll be back whenever there's another game. It could be Saturday for this series, but if the series ends tonight, we'll be back a week from now on Thursday, June the 5th, which will be the night for game 1 of the finals. Still an 8-point game. Just over 7 minutes to go in the second. Siakam pulls up from 3, misses.
God damn.
Josh Hart to Cat. Cat gets his shot blocked. Oh, man. Bro, did you see that compilation of the guy walking through New York asking people to do their best Cat impression?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, my God, bro. I feel so bad. Like, social media has done him so dirty. Oh, okay, hold on. I think Atlanta counts. Okay, we're going to learn. Not sure. Austin Day. Let's go, man. Austin Day, Unreal Grids player. Him and Jordan Bell. Okay, do we have a Jordan Bell? I don't think we do. Damn. Yo, okay. Come on. Jeff Green, redeem yourself. 2%. Let's go. Okay, Cole Aldridge. Another Grids phenomenal player. Knicks and Grizzlies. DeLon Wright. Yo, I'm cooking something special. We got a 0.09 and a 0.02. I'm cooking something special. Randy Foy, can you do something for me? 0.7. Okay, I'm cooking something special. Atlanta and OKC. Okay, fuck. No, I did Mike Muscala once and it was like 7%.
No, we can find someone better.
I can do better. Okay. Atlanta and OKC. Cephalosha I've also done and it wasn't that good. Muscala I did and it wasn't that good. Come on. Think. Schroeder wouldn't be good. Think. Who else? Damn. I might have to leave that. I'm going to think about the other ones a little bit more. Atlanta 20-plus points a game. I want to say Millsap. Somebody on that Hawks team got 20 points, and I think it was Millsap. I'm gonna put this grid on the line. Paul Millsap. Damn, the grid is cooked.
Bro!
The grid is cooked. Hey, you gotta live by the sword and die by the sword, bro.
But still, out of all the people, wait, who is this for?
Atlanta 20+ points a game.
Paul Millsap, really?
Bro, somebody on that Hawks team with 4 or 5 All-Stars got the 20 points. Let me see
Even
who.
out of all of them, you chose the most popular one?
Hold on. Atlanta Hawks 4 All-Stars. Oh, hold on. No, it's 2015. 2015 stats. Which scrub got the 20 points? Hold on. Oh shit, bro. Nobody got more than 16.
Really?
Bro, they won 60 games. I thought one person would have 20, and I thought it would be Millsap. Because I know it wouldn't be Teague or Corver or Horford. I was like, yo, it'll probably be Millsap.
Even then, Paul
Millsap was the
is
highest scorer. Like, he's the one with 16.7. But yeah, damn.
even then, it's like Paul Millsap is the most popular one out of the 5 of them. You don't
Is
think
he
that,
though, bro? Jeff Teague has a popping podcast. I figured Teague would because of that.
okay, he's either first or second.
Okay, Knicks 20 points a game. Hold on. Knicks 20 points a game?
Great. Now this is ruined. I might as well tell you the two. Hawks 20 a game, Antoine Walker.
Oh, okay. Who's the other one?
And for Thunder Hawks, Charlie Brown Jr.
No. But who is it? Who's another option for Hawks 20 points a game?
You can either do him, of course, Lemon Pepper Lou, or Bob Petter.
Okay, Lemon Pepper Lou's the one I regret. I would have definitely. I don't know. I wouldn't. I think Bob Pettit's. Yo, it says Lou Williams didn't do it.
What?
Lies, bro. The lies. And then Bob Pettit is 4%. That's not that great, bro. You got to remember. Look at where our grid was at. We were getting 1%ers. I was shooting for a 1%er. Like if it.
You thought Paul Millsap would be a 1%er.
Yes, bro. I don't think he's popular. I think Horford plays now. Corver is white. Teague has a podcast.
I am telling you, Paul Millsap would have definitely been more than 1%.
I don't know, man. Tyrese drives, gives it to Turner. It's all of a sudden a 9-point game. New York is playing like they want to take the flight from Indy to Cancun. Let's look that up.
I was like, look, even if the Knicks win, I'm sorry, Dennis, this could be Pacers in 6.
Yeah, okay. Indy to Cancun, 3 hours, 20 minutes. See, bro, that's what it is. They want to take the flight from Indy. It's a shorter flight. See, you gotta really think. 4D chess. Cat with an and 1.
And 1. Okay.
Chance to make it a 12-point game at the free throw line. Bro, he's gonna come up huge and still get no respect from the Knicks crowd. Cat at the free throw line. Man, is he gonna shoot this free throw or not? It's been so long. Yo, Patrick Ewing has a beanie on. It's May 29th. What the hell is he on?
That's probably a New York fit, not gonna lie.
Nah, the thing is, if anything, I feel like it's a California thing. Because I feel like in California, I don't know. Mark, you can chime in. I feel like because y'all don't really ever have beanie weather. Like anything is beanie weather. But places where you actually have to wear winter hats, I feel like we're a little bit less on the like winter hats are swag. Like I think Patrick Ewing, as an old man, he legit might just be cold. $14-point game. Come on, Indy, man. At least give us some entertainment. Less than 5 minutes to go. Neesmith misses a shot.
Who knows? Maybe the Pacers come back from this. Yo, a comeback loss to beat them in MST would actually hurt more than a Game 6 loss.
That's true. That's true. Huh. If they go, I mean, yeah, the Thunder are definitely cheering for the Knicks, right? The blue and orange teams are definitely united as of right now.
But are we sure they move? You sure they wouldn't want the Pacers?
No, but I mean, like, I think for their best case scenario might be Pacers in 7, right? Like, tire them out, make them play
No.
basketball. Right? Like, I don't think they would want the Pacers to have a week off just like them. Because, bro, think about it. You give the Pacers a week off, they're going to be sprinting their asses off the entire series. Which may not mean that they, like, beat you or anything, but it's just, like, them being more well-rested leans into their playing style a lot better than any other team. Tyrese?
Yeah, fair, but that just makes the Pacers what? Get like 2 days less than the Thunder?
I mean, yeah, like the difference, like it would be 1 day less if they win tonight, but it'll be 3 days less if they go to 6, and then 5 days less if it goes to 7, right? So it adds up. But at the same time, bro, Indy, the way they've been smacking teams, right? Like they probably had rest between after round 1 and round 2. I would imagine.
Because I was like, they won in 5 in both games. Winning in 6 would probably not be that much.
Did Detroit take New York to 7 or 6?
Detroit was, I think it was like 7. Maybe I'm tripping. I think it was 7.
And then Indy
Actually, I think it was 6 because I think they won Detroit.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they did. It was 6. And then to be honest with you, Milwaukee probably didn't get rest.
Yeah.
After the first round because Cleveland swept Miami. So that probably was a quick turnaround. But then after round 2, they might have got a few days. Still nothing like OKC having 9 days off after round 1, bro. That's the thing. I actually think we're going to look back at this and give Denver so much credit, right? Because in round 1, Denver went to 7 games with the Clippers. The Thunder swept the Grizzlies, right? So the rest mismatch in that series was crazy, right? The Thunder had so much more rest. On top of that, the Thunder had a real coach, like a coach of the year coach, and the Nuggets had no coach, like real coach, right? They had an interim, somebody who's an assistant who he's not really even established coach, right? He is now. But the point is like they had a guy who just took over 2 weeks ago. And then from a player standpoint, right, like Denver has a bunch of spots on their rotation where like you don't really know what you're going to get. And then OKC is stacked. If you actually think about how much was going against Denver, for them to take what might be the eventual NBA champs to 7 games is ridiculous.
Especially since every other game, they only were like what? If we could mismatch, let's say this. Let's say we take away Denver, do this like the NFL, and they just get a first round bye.
Yeah,
they would be like what, 8-1 in playoff games.
Yeah, man. They've had a hell of a playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
Bro, he said the Knicks payroll is going to be crazy. Let's look that up. Knicks Spotrac.
Yeah, because that's Brunson. That's Cat. Cat has a big contract.
Okay, you got Cat making over $50 million a year for 3 years. You
got almost $60 million for 2 of those years.
Damn. You got OG making between 40 and 48 for 4 years. You got Brunson making 30 to 40, like 34 to 43 for 4 years. You got Bridges on a 1-year deal and expiring. You have to pay this thing. You have to pay Bridges, considering how many draft picks you came up off of. You have to pay Bridges.
Yeah. Josh is making 20 mil.
Josh Hart's making
20 Robinson is making 12.
Mitchell Robinson, you don't really have to worry about that too much financially. Deuce McBride. Small money. Is there any young players they have to pay? No, that's still a lot, bro. This core 5 is still a lot financially.
Yes.
What money they got for depth? Nah, bro, they're definitely gonna be a second apron team. At the very minimum, at least in New York, like New York can. I feel like New York can support being a second apron team just because of how much revenue they must pull in. But you
Oh
know,
yeah, New York would be good. I think the problem is, I feel like their fans would absolutely get pissed at that.
I think their thing is more just like their owner's a bit of a weird guy. You just really no telling what he'll do. Like that's what makes it difficult for me. Um, bro, I'm looking at this. There's 4 Jordan Bell spots, right? These two and these two. Oh, this is the Jordan Hill grid. Um, 5,000 plus assists once again, and a category I absolutely despise. I want to start with the Spurs ones though. Let's try Doug McDermott. 4%. Damn. Spurs Warriors. This has come up enough now. I feel like we should have somebody like a go-to. Hold on. Did Damian Lee play for the Spurs?
Who? David Lee?
Nah, Damian Lee, Steph's brother-in-law.
Oh, I don't think so.
He played for the Suns for sure. I just don't know if he played for the Spurs.
No.
Crawford, let's find out. I feel like it'll be popular, but maybe not. Jamal Crawford, 1%. Wow. How do people
Crawford?
Jamal Crawford and Lou Will getting no respect?
Okay, Warriors Spurs, Reggie Williams.
Oh, this guy had a crazy. Oh wait, which one?
Which one's the small?
I think this one. Yeah, 0.06.
Okay, yes, that one.
I just know this guy for having a really crazy chin strap. Like in NBA games, bro, his beard was literally like a pencil. Like somebody drew it with a pencil. It's crazy. That's a look. I'm glad that shit went away. The pencil thin beards looked insane. Ooh, Brunson at the basket. Misses. Hart with the rebound. Bridges. Tough shot over Jarris Walker. Yo, we got Jarris Walker minutes in the Eastern Conference Finals, man. Where have you been all playoffs? Pascal to the free throw line. Crawford used to have some moves too. Yo, Crawford used to be amazing.
Yeah, like didn't Vic like work with Crawford this last offseason?
Wembanyama? Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah, I saw that video too. I was like, welp, the league might be cooked. I'm not gonna lie. If he works on that, the league might be cooked.
Bro, it's the fact that like Wemby's such an interesting player because he is what he is, like 7'4" or whatever, but he genuinely has like small players. He has a small player skill set in a huge person's body. That's why he could never really be a center or anything. Body aside, he literally doesn't have a center skill set. Like he has a small forward skill set. Like it's really interesting to even think conceptually that a player that tall could work out with with a player like Crawford and learn his moves from him. That's crazy.
It absolutely is.
Wemby's a cheat code. Bro should count as 2 positions on the roster. He should count as 2 positions on the court. Bro, Spurs should have to play with 4 players when they have him. They should have to.
God damn, Pascal.
Damn, and then Jarris Walker hits a 3. Damn, shout out to lottery picks, man. We couldn't even get this guy in the Pascal trade. OG from the wing. Misses. Benny with the rebound. Nemhard to the basket. Oh, come on. Siakam strips OG. Pacers go the other way. Turnovers on turnovers on turnovers. Ben Mathurin from the corner. Yo, Ben Mathurin is so cold. He's so cold. If Indy wasn't such a good team, he would be shining somewhere else. Hart to Cat. Damn. Finishing through the contact. That should have been and one. Pascal, spin move. Misses front rim. Hart to Bridges. Bridges gets to his spot. Man, that is definitely his spot, right? Like, you can't let him get there so easily. You know he's going to make the shot. 36 seconds to go. 11-point game for the Knicks. They are playing like they want the series to continue. Nembhard to Jarris Walker. Jarris Walker. No way. Misses. That guy feels very comfortable jacking up shots for somebody who literally has not been playing all playoffs. Siakam to Halliburton, a deep three. Oh my God, almost makes it, just rims out. But yeah, off to halftime we go. We got no basketball for about 15 minutes, which means we can do grids, we can do fanspo, whatever you guys want to do in the chat. We can do that for halftime. Shout out to the 8 people watching live. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We got a grid to finish here. Okay, Bulls and Wizards. I want to say Justin Holiday. I shouldn't have not wanted to say Justin Holiday. When I saw Nupig, Reggie Bullock, I told myself, well, that's enough internet for today. You got scared. No, bro, he's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, that person at 7'4" should not have so many small player skills. It is simply not fair. There's a wing player that played for Washington and Golden State. There is a wing player. Wait, no. Forget that. We can do Nick Young. Nick Young is up there with Jamal Crawford and Lemon Pepper Lou, bro. He gets no love. Absolutely no love. Okay. Chicago and Washington. Can we do Ariza? No. Can we do Ish Smith? I don't think so. Okay, you know what? Let's try this. 5,000 plus assists for the Spurs. Bro, King, do we have somebody for the Spurs? Wait, would George Gervin have this many assists? Want to find out?
Let's find out.
No. Okay, for the Wizards, let's see Muggsy. 2%. Man, Muggsy, we need to show him more love for these assist categories. Minnesota with this many. Want to try Sam Cassell?
Let's try.
15%. Damn, we still have a guess. Jordan Bell, aka him. Yo, hold on. There's another name I gotta look up. Jordan Lloyd.
Also, let's do some fan sport.
Fanspo? Got you.
Yeah,
Give me a second. Damn, okay, 1 second. Fanspo. One off-season trade for every team. Bro, the Thunder adding Lauri Markkanen? What is this trade? Oh, okay, this is too much. They would never do something like this. You know what, though? Maybe they would. What did they get back in return? Is it just Lauri? I don't know. Actually, hear a hot take here. I don't think they... I don't think gutting their depth is worth it. They could do more with these set of players, bro. Topic, 2 first-round picks, Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe. Forget about the 2 guys that don't contribute. You're talking about potentially 5 contributors here, and you're a 68 win team that's going to the finals. I really don't like this trade. Jeremy Grant to the Miami Heat. Damn, I wish Jenwell was here or Joel was here. Jeremy Grant goes to Miami. They give up
But
Rozier
Jovic,
and
Rover in a second round pick.
that ain't shit.
So who will be getting fleeced here?
I mean, I think Portland gets like nothing here. Like Jovic is a prospect, fair enough, but I don't know if he'll become anything. Rozier is like cooked. They would probably just buy him out. And this is we're talking about a second-round pick that Memphis might swap in to take. DC, this is a fair point. Like this is very valid. I just think that like while they do have the draft picks to replenish depth, because you like the draft pick doesn't automatically become a good player. Like you still have to get the evaluation right, which again you can trust OKC to do for sure. But it's like they have the actual players that you would hope to get with the draft pick. Like I don't know, man. Like you don't need Lauri Markkanen. You can just wait until Chet and Jalen Williams get better. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to part with, but at the same time, like they do have to start consolidating their assets, right? Because they can't draft 15 more players. They can't pay 5. Like they do have to start bunching their pieces together. So there's arguments for both sides. I hear what DC's saying. Who wouldn't want to play with the trio? Bro, I don't know if they have any spending power though, because they have to save every penny under the tax that they can. I don't think they'll be spending at all. Like maybe mid-level, maybe, but even like as is, let's look at their contracts right now and how they acquired all their players. Actually, it's one thing that Spotrac does really well, bruh. Okay, one thing they do really well is they have a section where it shows. Bro, don't piss me off, man. Why is this team's category not?
Wait, just scroll down, bro.
No, I got you. Now it didn't have all the divisions. It randomly had 3 divisions. Okay. Where is the? No, I don't want this shit. I want contracts. Let's go overview. I think overview is where it's at. No, it's not. Contracts. Contracts. There we go. Okay. So they traded for Shea. Isaiah Hardenstein, he's a free agent. Fair enough. Lou Dort was a free agent? Did they sign Lou Dort? But even if they did, Lou Dort they got a while ago. When Lou Dort was a free agent? Oh, an undrafted free agent. Fair enough. Okay, so basically a draft pick, right? Caruso, that's a trade. Isaiah Joe, undrafted. Wiggins, bro, they're not. Wiggins was drafted. What this website's tripping.
Was he another undrafted free agent?
Wait. He was a second-round pick. Okay, second-round picks technically count as free agents for this because
so
they get.
If you ain't in the first round, you're a free agent.
If you ain't in the first, so in the first round, you have slotted contracts. In the second round, there's no slotted contracts. You have to use your cap space. So there's actually, it's in theory, it's possible to not be able to sign your own second-round pick if you don't have the cap space and they want anything more than the minimum, right? But for the first round, you can, like these rookie deals are basically all first-round picks. But if you look at their contracts, bro, you're talking about rookie free agents, second-round picks. Their one free agency signing they made is Hardenstein, right? Like, even as is this organization, like they haven't really been players in free agency. And with all the money they're going to have to spend retaining talent, I think they're going to get minimum salary free agents. So to what DC is saying in terms of who wouldn't want to play for them, the way when LeBron went to Miami, how they could get a Shane Battier for almost nothing. They could get a Ray Allen for almost nothing. They could get some other pieces for almost nothing. The same way how with Golden State, they could get a Nick Young for almost nothing. They could get, who are some other pieces? A Barbosa for almost nothing, right? OKC will enter a space where they can get minimum salary players that are actually worth more than the minimum, right? So they're going to get those kind of players. But I don't think they're going to be big spenders in free agency at all. Big up, Joel. Okay, hold on. Is this trade still up? It is. Fanspo trade. You guys get Jeremy Grant for Rozier Jovic in a second. That's a home run for Miami. Am I tripping? Like, I don't understand why this person would post this. Why would Portland do this?
Because why not?
I feel like you can get more for Jeremy Grant. KD to the Spurs? Okay, I'm invested. Let's go.
All right, hold on. So we look.
The Phoenix Suns.
Get Barnes.
God damn. Keldon Johnson, Malachi Branham, Blake Wesley. And then what picks do they get? You're talking about
the 38th pick, a Atlanta swap possibility first round pick, a Indiana Miami second round pick, a Pelicans or Portland second round pick, a 2029 first, and that's like what, a 2030 first?
Yeah, 2031. So you're talking about 3 firsts, 3 seconds, a bunch of scrubs. And they're parting with, let me see if there's anybody else, just Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant at 36, 37 gets them. I think the big thing here is the draft picks. I don't think the players are anything to write home about, but you do get some pretty cool draft picks here. Yeah. So that's nice. Aside from that, bro, like, I don't know. The draft picks probably make it worth it, realistically. But Phoenix, I mean, there's really no winning with the situation that they're in. The Spurs, they give up. Is there anything they give up here, bro? They give up more picks. They give up 4 firsts and 4 seconds, and Devin Vassell as well to get KD, Cam Johnson, and 2 firsts. Okay, you know what? Considering that they get 2 firsts back, then if you think about the math, they're giving up 2 firsts and 4 seconds, and honestly, not that many talented players to get Cam Johnson and Kevin Durant. I mean, I think that's good. I think that's definitely a good trade for the Spurs. If they could have a team of De'Aaron Fox, Cam Johnson, Kevin Durant, and Wemby, shit, man, they could still draft 2 more impact players with the 19th and 27th overall picks. That'd be pretty good. And then for the Brooklyn Nets, what did they? Let me see what they give up. They give up Cam Johnson and 2 firsts, I think. Cam Johnson and 2 firsts for Devin Vassell, a first and a second. So they trade up in the draft. They give up Cam Johnson to get back Devin Vassell and trade up. I don't know if Brooklyn would want to come up off of 2 picks just to move up to 14. I don't know if Brooklyn is in the phase of rebuilding where they would want that kind of move. I think they would value having multiple picks and multiple darts to throw at the board. So I don't know if I love this from Brooklyn's standpoint, but it's solid for everybody else. Nah, bro, they're not trading Austin Reeves. 5-team deals, too much of a headache to keep track of. Okay, we got role players getting swapped around the league. Let's go. Okay, so Portland. Portland gives up Anthony Simons, DeAndre Ayton, and Duop Reith. And they get KCP, Rui Hachimura, Cole Anthony, Gabe Vincent, Kleber, 60. Bro, this is ass. What the hell? What? This is horrible. This is a horrible deal for Portland. In this deal, the Magic give up Cole Anthony, KCP, and a first-round pick for Anthony Simons. That's great for them. And then the Lakers, what do they give up? They give up Rui, Gabe Vincent, Kleber, and the 55th pick for DeAndre Ayton and Duop Reith. That's insane for them as well from a value standpoint. This trade is not it. This trade is not it in the slightest. Let's see something else. Let's see another one. Lakers get pieces. PJ Washington to LA. Okay, let's see what they're talking about here. Gafford, PJ Washington, and Matisse Thybulle. So they're really just getting Luka's boys in this trade. And Matisse Thybulle. Blazers get Rui, Gabe Vincent, Kleber. And 3 first-round picks. Damn. Mavericks get Anthony Simons. Okay, let's reverse engineer this trade. So the Mavericks give up the lottery protected Lakers pick, the Luka pick. They give up the Luka pick, Gafford, and PJ Washington. The Luka pick, Gafford, and PJ Washington to get Anthony Simons. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I love this for them because if you think about what the Mavericks have, they have Kyrie, they have Klay Thompson. Anthony Simons is doing what? Is he sending Klay to the bench? Is Klay okay with that? The plan is to have Kyrie. You're not bringing Kyrie off the bench. I don't think you're sliding Klay to the 3 because I think he has a horrible time defensively if you slide Klay to the 3. So I don't actually like this move for the Mavs. For the Blazers, I mean, there's enough draft picks to where you feel comfortable with them giving up Anthony Simons and Thibault. For the Lakers, though, yeah, this is just about getting Luka his boys. DC, bro, I'm down to do some trades. If anyone in the chat wants to throw in a trade, right? Like the way we've done it is we'll think about a trade. So like KD to Memphis or Giannis to San Antonio. Like we'll start with a concept and then look at what it would look like in terms of matching salaries, what's reasonable, what's feasible, what makes sense for the team that's trading to get the asset. So if you guys want to throw something in there or throw something in the chat, we can definitely work on any trade you guys want to work on. I'm thinking we've done some Giannis stuff. We've done some KD stuff. Is there anybody else? We can do Markkanen trades. If you guys want to think about what Markkanen, or who might be interested in Lauri Markkanen, we can work on that. I don't know if Miami's Drew Holiday to Dallas. Oh, I like this. I like deconstructing Boston, bro. That's an amazing activity. Always a fan of deconstructing Boston. Okay, add team 1 Boston, add team 2 Dallas. Okay. So we start with Drew Holiday going to the Mavericks, and 32 mil is going with him. Now, to match that, off the top of my head, you're looking at having to send at least 27 million. You're not sending AD or Kyrie. So the challenge is, how do you get to 27 million? Now, if you want to avoid sending Thompson, Gafford, or PJ Washington, it would be tough to get to 27 million with only these salaries here. You literally have to trade basically 4 plus like almost everything else on your team. So by process of elimination, we know in any Drew Holiday trade, PJ Washington, Gafford, or Klay Thompson is going. Now, I don't think they flip Klay. I think it's Gafford or PJ Washington that goes. Now, in terms of who that is, you got to, at this point, think of Boston. What kind of piece would Boston want? I don't think Boston would have any use I don't think they'd have a use for Gafford necessarily. I think they like bigs that have some type of shooting threat. Even Cornet has some kind of a shooting threat. Horford has a shooting threat. Porzingis has a shooting threat. So I don't think it's Gafford. I think they probably want PJ Washington in a deal like this. So PJ starts the trade. But we'll revisit that in a second. The game is back, 56-45. But cool. That's a good idea, Joel. That's a good idea. Anybody else has any ideas? We can deconstruct some trades. Not deconstruct. We put them together in the first place. Build them from the ground up. Al Horford is retiring soon, for sure. But that's the thing. Like, I think stylistically, they would want a big with some shooting upside, and I don't think Gafford does that, to my knowledge. Towns passes to Brunson. Back to Towns. Towns tries to get past Pascal, and it's an offensive foul as Neesmith steps in to draw a charge. It's good instincts by Neesmith getting into Cat's path, but Cat has to have better awareness there. He should have seen that coming. Neesmith was there early. But you know what? Drew Holiday to Dallas does make sense from a roster and timeline standpoint. Like he fits in with all the old men on that team. Kyrie, Clay, Drew Holiday, and AD. Bro, talk about a 2020 super team. That is sensational. JJJ is definitely getting traded. Oh, we could. The tricky thing about that is like, truthfully and honestly, like, who the hell would be interested in him? Like, that is a hard player to think about suitors for because nobody saw this is going to look at this year and think, yo, like no good team that's trying to make a championship push is going to see what he did this year and be like, that's our guy. Um, I think the kind of piece he is, it would make sense for a team that thinks that they're okay, but a defensive anchor could make them a contender. I think that's more like he wouldn't go to the contender. He would go to a team trying to be a contender, in my opinion. We would have to think about who that might be. Who needs an anchor? Like that's the thing you'd have to be identifying in him, right? You're not going to think about offensive upside being a number one option, anything like that. It's going to be like, hey, if we trade for him, we can get a defensive anchor. Who's looking for an anchor? Brunson gets an and one. Brunson to the free throw line. Phoenix is going to be fourth. Oh no, Jade. Okay, you know what? I like that. I like that. They do need a defensive anchor. So let's look. We're going to do Jaren Jackson to the Suns after this. That is, oh my God, Bradley Beal. Welcome to Memphis. Hot take. I take Triple J on the Raps. But bro, do you look at him like a center? Because I don't. I would never want to play him and Scotty Barnes. I don't know.
Why not? Just for curiosity reasons.
I look at both of them like power forwards. Now I understand that Scotty Barnes calls himself a point guard, and he's somebody himself that likes being a ball handler. I just don't actually look at him that way. Like I don't think he can be a high level like lead guard the way he some Raptors fans would think. I think he's a really good I don't know. Sometimes the way I talk about Scotty Barnes, I think it sounds like I don't think he's good. I think he's a really good player. I just don't think he's anything. I think he's a four. Um. So yeah, I don't know. Like I look at Triple J as a four as well. I don't think he's. I don't like. He likes the outside game too much for it to be a five. He's obviously not a three. So I just think you'd have two fours. So I don't love that. Triple J for Ingram, or you know what though, bro? DC, we'll try it. We'll try it. We have options now. It's a 14-point game. This game gets to 20, and we're just gonna start doing trades. Yeah, Indy, you got to show up to convince us to keep watching this goddamn game. That's a violent block by Mitchell Robinson, man. That's a volleyball spike. That's not even a basketball block. Damn, is that a turnover? Positional coverage and overlaps more on the roster than what Triple J would for minutes. I agree. I agree that there's a wing log jam for sure. One of RJ or like to be, it's not even one of RJ. RJ is probably just the one that has to go. Damn, bro, they're gassing Mitch Robinson like he's him. Wait till they see him at the free throw line. Okay. So PJ Washington is a part of the trade. Outgoing 14. We still have to add 13. Now, I don't think we have to add they just traded for Martin, so it's not him. Najee Marshall, I don't feel like that's somebody the Celtics would want. But also, we have to add some salary here. Like, we have to add some serious salary. Who do you guys think? Okay, out of Caleb Martin, Najee Marshall, Max Christie, and Jaden Hardy, who do you think that the Celtics would want?
I don't know anything about these guys, so I'll have to look at this.
Yo, okay, isn't Boston hard cap? You know what, bro? Let's find out.
Is Boston hard cap the hell?
Let's find out. Try trade. Okay, why did it fail? Boston would have sent the other trade would need to get 14. What? Oh, I don't think the Boston would need the 14 to be roster compliance. Bro, I'm not doing it for this year. Okay, 2025, 2026. Why is it showing that? Take back. Cut. No, hold on. And then for Boston, how much has to be added? Okay, so the Mavericks just have to send 9.2 more. Wait, so let's see what happens if I do that. Where's rework or retry? Wherever the hell just trade. 9.2 safe. Let's just do Caleb Barton
Yeah,
for
just
shits and giggles.
yeah.
Failed. Okay.
They need to add
346K, bro. God damn it.
God, you know what? Trade that player for another player.
Brandon Williams, you are a Boston Celtic. Okay, where is it now? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, hold on. Oh, Boston has to send another player. My bad. I got that wrong.
Oh.
Where is
A just trade. So
okay, we're gonna get rid of Brandon Williams. We're gonna go to Boston. Wait, no, I don't want to switch. There we go. Boston, send a minimum salary guy. Miles Norris? No. Jordan Walsh, you are a Dallas Maverick. Failed. Why did it fail? Okay, Celtics are unable to complete this trade using since they are over the second apron, they are not able to aggregate players in a trade. This means they cannot send out 2 players to acquire 1. Okay, so the Celtics are actually limited to 1-for-1 trades, meaning it was aggregate players in a trade. They can only trade out 1 player. Okay, this complicates things. Hold on. I know I'm in too deep on this trade, but we're gonna make this figure out. We're gonna figure this out. Maybe at the Pelicans, I see. I see Dejounte Murray getting moved, bro. Where is he at with his rehab? Like, when is he gonna get healthy? Because I don't think an injured Dejounte gets moved. Values could be a value pickup depending. Hold on, is he who they would trade though? Big up Manj, as he says, like this video and subscribe, people. That's the best way to support content on YouTube. I only believe the Knicks can still win. Hold on. Can still win the game or the series? Because I don't think they can win the series just because their play style to me it's not conducive to winning 3 in a row.
Yeah, they're not about to do a 3-1 comeback.
Like, I could see them getting to 7, but I think after emptying the tank to win 2 games, they get clapped in a game 7. Like, realistically, I see them emptying the tank they're not emptying the tank today. It's actually coming pretty easy to them today. I just don't see them winning 3 in a row.
Yeah, okay. They are not about to win 3 in a row.
We're gonna make this work.
And besides, if the Knicks win 3 in a row, then OKC is gonna have an easy time.
Okay, this is where shit gets tricky because the problem is so we have to send slightly less salary, right? Now, what have we sent out? We've sent out what was it? PJ. Yo, where did they put the players? Okay, we sent out Caleb and Najee Marshall. So we should send out Max. Let's try Max Christie and Caleb Martin. Trade to Celtics. Does this work? Success. Okay. Success. The main thing is in a Drew Holiday to Dallas trade is that Drew would have to go out on his own, and because of the financial things, they would have to be such a specific combination of players that goes the other way. Like, they would this amount of salary is how much? Outgoing cap 32.4. No, incoming. They'd have to receive such a specific number. It's hard to get to that number, so probably doesn't happen. Hopefully this goes to game 7. I need more basketball. Damn. I was thinking hopefully this ends so I can do in-motion football streams, bro. OKC will pack the Knicks up if Pacers don't. This is true. It's better for NBA TV if NY makes the finals to Indiana. This is also true. Jimmy Butler is going to crash out seeing Cat have a chance to get a ring before him. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, the second trade we were looking at was Triple J to the Suns. Yikes. Okay. Let's do Memphis and then team 1. Let's do Phoenix. We evolved in a lot of 3-team deals. Oh, yeah, because they have a lot of weird salaries. I think they have Bruce. No, I think Bruce Brown and Kelly Olynyk were both expirings. But yeah, they got stuff. It would probably be easier for Dallas to trade for Ochai in terms of salary. Yeah, definitely. Jimmy Butler is all talk. Triple J for KD. Okay, so we're gonna get to that. But we're gonna patience, brother, patience. 23.4 mil. Okay, so for the Suns, being that they're a hard cap team, I think they can only trade one player. So this is the issue. Well, not really. So, okay, wait, this is an issue. Wait a second. Okay,
Wait.
so hold on. Grayson Allen, 1-for-1, right? This isn't gonna work. I know it's not gonna work. It's gonna be a financial thing, right? Cool. Adjust trade, right? Now we add another player because how much has to be added?
14, 6,
No,
6.5.
6.5. Okay, cool, right? Watch what happens. The hard cap bullshit is gonna kick in when I add the 6.5 in the form of Vasily Michich or Michich. Why does it fail? Because hard cap team, they're not able to aggregate players. So where we have fallen into is realizing that the Suns could only possibly trade one player, literally
So
one
if
player.
they trade KD, they need someone else that matches his
It's
contract.
KD or Bradley Beal. There literally is nothing now. They could not possibly do Bradley Beal because they don't have draft picks, and Bradley Beal on his own
And like,
is
doesn't Beal have like a no trade clause?
right, but even if he accepts the no trade clause, right, he has no value on his own. So it would have to be Kevin Durant. There's literally no other starting point for this trade than Kevin Durant for JJJ. Now, when we try this trade, we're gonna learn how much more salary we have to add. We have to add
Like 23
23.7.
mil. Who the
23.7.
hell is on Memphis that has that money besides Jaw?
Bro, besides Ja and Bane, it's nobody, right? So now, would you trade Triple J and Bane for an old KD? Probably not. Is there
No.
even hold on? Is it even possible to get to 23 with these salaries? Conchar and then Huff. No, hold on. How much more still has to go? 23. Where is it? 1.8. Okay.
1.8.
Damn. Well, it does look like we can get there then. Where's adjust trade? Here it is. Jalen Wells, you are a Phoenix Sun. You have been traded for Kevin Durant. Congrats, son. Okay, well, we did find a way. There is a way for them to get here. Triple J, but it would literally, bro, there's no other option. It has to be Brandon Clark and Conchar. So a Kevin Durant to Memphis trade would have to be for Triple J, Brandon Clark, and Conchar.
You're getting rid of all your bigs, basically.
Yo, that's actually, yeah, basically, yeah, Clark and Jackson. Well, you still have Edie, but like still.
Okay, wow, Zach Edie. You're gonna have to get out the big then.
Comparison aside, this is hella funny because he said mini and light, right? You added two. That's like saying, bro, somebody is a poor man's version. That's just hella, bro. Mini Drew Light, bro. There's so many conditions with this comparison. Yeah, Marcus Smart isn't there. Would you ever do a 2K rebuild series? I would if I haven't regularly played 2K for legit like 6-7 years. If I felt like if I was playing it regularly, I would love to do these things on 2K. I might have to get back into it, but I just don't have the time. This is for how is Bridges rated when talking defended? He's highly, highly, highly rated as a defender. It showed more in Phoenix. He's still like had his really good moments for New York, but like It's not the same because OG gets the main assignments. So you actually see it with OG. With Bridges, when he's locking up the other team's second option, it doesn't hit the same. The main things you see are the mistakes. It isn't until the end of big games like against Boston where he makes a play where it really shows. But Mikal Bridges is him. This is fair value for KD. Yeah, for sure. Like whatever draft picks they'd have to include to make it work. Yeah, I mean it is possible. We found it. RJ for Triple J 1-for-1 thoughts. I don't know, bro. I just don't like the issue for me is just the fact that like I don't want to see Scotty as in my head. He'll always be like he's not a guard. He's a forward. So now Scotty's a 3, Triple J is a 4. I don't love that for Scotty. I don't really love it for our spacing either. You know what? Let's see Jaren Jackson's shooting split. Jaren Jackson Jr. Let's see how he shoots.
I don't think he's a shooter. He was always known as just a defensive guy.
35% 3-point shooter in his career. As of late, he's been averaging in his career, he's averaging like 5 a game. Bro, like, I don't know, bro. I just don't want Scotty and Triple J and a center. This is the other thing. We don't have a stretch 5. We have Jakob Poeltl. You talk about Poeltl, Barnes, and Triple J. Disgusting spacing. In this situation, and we have Ingram. So Scotty's actually the 2. And Ingram, he's like he can shoot, but the shooting is different. He's not really a floor spacer either. But we're talking about disgusting spacing. Like, it's just not worth it. Can't Brunson and Cat foul out still another Wait, are you cheering for New York or not? It's damn near a 20-point game. Okay, but is that water? Hell yeah, it's water, bro. I'm not. Whoa. It's a work day. This is true, bro. This is definitely true, DC. How about RJ Ochai for Poole 6th pick and the 18th pick? Whoa. Hold on. This is outside of the box as fuck. Let's try this out. Close.
Wait, RJ Ochai and Poole. And who's going to get these players? Toronto?
No, so we're basically taking on Washington's Jordan Poole contract and giving them RJ, and we get the 6th overall pick back, right? Like, we're kind of thing is okay. So this is outside of the box. It's not going to happen because Washington has no incentive to get off of Jordan Poole's contract. It's a horrible contract, right? 30 plus. Well, I mean, there's only 2 years left, right? Yeah, there's only 2 years left. It's not a bad enough contract at this point, but they're a bad team. They have no incentive. They're not in a spot where like, oh, we need the cap space to sign somebody or we got to make a move. Like, they can let it run for another year, but like. Okay, let's just test out what you put together from a salary standpoint. So Poole to the Raptors, Barrett and Ochai, you said?
Yes.
Success. How about IQ for Poole and the 6th pick to get the Wizards a point guard to develop them as Bubs is not ready? Okay. Heart to heart, honesty, bro. One Raptors fan to another. What's the worst contract, IQ or Jordan Poole? They're both making just over $30 million a year, but Jordan Poole is 2 years, IQ is 4 years. Okay. That's going to sound very critical of IQ. I'm just saying 4 years is a long time. Jordan Poole, that contract will be out of here soon. Of course, there's a gap between IQ and Jordan Poole. Of course, there's a gap. But, bro, there's a gap in the contract, too. There's a huge gap in the contract. We're not comparing them as players. We're comparing them as assets, which is, like, the angle for any trade is that, like, you get lopsided trades because you're not actually trading player for player. You're trading asset for asset. Like, if you remember the Lou Williams trade, right? We got Lou Williams for John Salmons, right? Or John Salmons, whatever the fuck his name was, right? The reason that trade happened is because John Salmons was a great asset because he was an unguaranteed contract. Lou Williams, we basically got him for free. John Salmons was an asset. I'm just talking asset for asset. Like, a 4-year deal versus a 2-year deal. That's a huge gap. So now you have to identify the gap in the players and be like, yo, how does that gap compare to the gap in contract? I'm just saying, like, IQ, I like IQ. He's a good player. He's definitely much better than Jordan Poole. But bro, like between injuries, between like just I don't know, bro. I don't know if this format here it provides enough gap for there to be to us to get a sixth overall pick back. A sixth overall pick. This is a premium draft pick. I don't think this actually makes sense. The issue is getting Wizards a starting point guard that they need. But this would have to be a different level of desperation, which might be the case, by the way. I'm open minded to the Wizards being incredibly desperate. That's definitely possible. But like desperate enough to move up off of the sixth pick, we're going to have to see their other point guard options. KD going to the Spurs for 2? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think they have to trade 2 for KD. Bro, the Pacers haven't scored a field goal in 5 minutes. Yeah, they're not serious. Comparing, yeah, but we're not comparing the players though. We're comparing the assets. Need a starting point guard for the young guys to develop properly, which is why they do this. They get off Poole, who they don't need to help. I hear it, but we might have to look at what their other options are for a point guard for me to buy into them being this desperate. Benedict Mathurin is kind of a super cool name. Yeah, bro. Benedict Mathurin is a sick name. He's Canadian from Montreal. I think like his family background, he's from Haiti. Is it official? So I think it's a Haitian name. Look at the Wizards lineup: IQ, Sar, Koulibaly, Middleton, Bub / Kispert. Bro, I hear what you're saying. Like your logic tracks, but the only thing that's required to complete the logic is for Washington to be insanely desperate. Insanely desperate. Is it official KD wants out? It's not official. It's not official, but it's being taken for granted for sure. Absolutely. Okay, we have a 12-point game. Pacers get it back to single digits, and I'm tapping in again. But yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Very important forms of engagement for the growth of a YouTube channel. KD is not wasting his final years in Phoenix. Yeah, it's being taken for granted for sure. But yeah, that's the best way to support content on YouTube. If you want to support what's going on, that's how you help a channel grow. Other trades we could do. Raptors get Spurs second pick and filler. Spurs get unprotected twin and Jakob Poeltl with Wemby injured. Bro, that second round pick could get so much more. I don't think. Yeah, no, that second round pick could get so much more. I'd love the Suns owner to keep him just out of spite. It's possible, bro. It's possible. With these when you only have one guy making a decision, that person's capacity to go rogue is always there. Like you have to respect it. If there was multiple guys, it would be a little bit different. But one person can all like shout out to Jerry Jones, shout out to James Dolan. When it's one guy can go rogue. KD trade rumors don't hit that much. Yeah, because the luster is gone with KD, bro. Like we're what? 2 teams into realizing that he's not like I step up and take a team to a championship. It didn't happen in OKC, it didn't happen in Brooklyn, and now it didn't happen in Phoenix. 3 teams later, we don't just take for granted that you're going to show up and lead a team to a chip. So yeah, the luster is gone a little bit. If only the Knicks kept Hardenstein. I get what you're saying, bro, but we looked at the Knicks salary situation. They're spending a lot of money, man. That was not possible. Poeltl with Wemby injured. Hey, bro, I get the rationale here. I definitely get the rationale. I just think that they can do better with the second overall pick. KD to the Grizzlies. We've done KD to the Grizzlies before. No, what the hell am I talking about? We just did it 10 minutes ago. Imagine KD does a retirement tour in OKC. Shea was telling Russ that I want to get you back after the game. So imagine Russ and KD. You know what though? That would be what stops it though. I feel like KD could want to go back to OKC, and then if Russ goes, we can do Michael Porter Jr. trades, but we would have to think of like if you guys can find a rumor for where MPJ could go or who Denver could be targeting, we could look into the trade. But to be honest, unless they're gonna trade Murray, the trades aren't really that interesting because they're going to trade. The piece would have to be Michael Porter Jr. to bring in a big salary, right? That they might sweeten the pot with their prospects. They're going to try to. Their older veteran players probably don't have a lot of value, and that they would add draft picks to sweeten the pot as well. So like the format is too there's nothing unpredictable for what Denver is going to do, but we can look at who the other team could be. That's where the interest level would lie. KD ends up going to the Sixers. That's an interesting move. Bro, KD, Paul George, and Embiid is going to look insane in the rehab room. They're going to be in there doing physio, balling on the trash bin, bro. They're going to be crumpling up papers and balling in the trash bin. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, we can trade the non-banned Porter. Bro, I have cut ties with the entire Porter family since the Jonte Porter drama, bro. I'm done. I'm done with the whole family. No Porters allowed. If the Toronto gets the second and Harrison Barnes and Jakob Poeltl, it retains the trade unprotected. Bad Raptors team with no centers. Bro, as much as you want to treat that or take that like it's just a understood fact that this is retained value, and no front office is gonna take that for granted. Like no front office is gonna make a trade knowing that hey, their first round pick is definitely gonna be bad. Like it's not like a huge leap of faith because again it makes sense, but it is a leap of faith. Will Toronto fans like Westbrook? I think they would like the person, but I think the basketball player would piss us the fuck off. Has higher ceiling than Cooper Flag, also Boozer Twins and others. I get it, bro. I get it. The next year's draft is supposed to be amazing. Maybe go trade Jokic. You already won them final. Hell no, bro. The possession ends here, Porter Jr. I like that, bro. Where possessions go to die. All right. So who were we talking about? We were talking about what Denver does. So we're gonna start with Denver, and then when I think about what kind of organization will be sitting there and be like, you know what we need? Michael Porter. It's not a good team looking to contend. I don't think a bad team would identify him as a piece that they could get back in return for selling. Because I don't think, like, for example, right? If Denver had some really good young prospects or some really good draft picks, they could package Porter's salary with those assets and then go get somebody good. They don't have the secondary assets to attach to Michael Porter to trade him to a bad team. So I don't think he ends up at a bad team. I don't think there's any good team that is going to look to aggregate smaller pieces to get Michael Porter Jr. I think we have to look for like, this is tough, bro. Try to help me with this chat. Like, what organization thinks, bro, we need Michael Porter Jr.? Who is that? Okay, Marcus, that one, you're talking now. You're talking. That RJ and an unprotected pick, we might be venturing into some pretty good territory there. And Grady, unprotected 2026 for RJ and Grady. Okay. To Portland for picks. Okay. Well, let's try it. Where is it? Where are they at? Portland Trailblazers. Trade on paper looks great, but he's going to constantly be with the medical team room. This is true, Rajat, bro. That makes the KP trades very complicated. Jeremy Grant. Okay, let's use that as a foundation. Jeremy Grant back to Denver, where he left to go to Detroit like a fool. Not allowed. He went to go chase the bag. I respect it. Michael Porter the other way. Does this work 1-for-1? It does. Yikes. Okay, then what picks does Denver have to sweeten the? Actually, no. First of all, what prospects? Honestly, they could Pickett, Strother, Peyton Watson. No, you know what? I think Peyton Watson, he looks more like a contending team's kind of role player than Strother. Strother's a bucket getter, but in terms of team basketball, like defense and stuff like that, I don't know if you need Strother as much. I would want to keep Brown and Peyton Watson. So Strother and Pickett, those picks after Jokic leaves are going to be deadly. True. Yo, hold on. What? These are the only picks they have to trade. Sheesh, they've emptied. Can they hold on? Can they trade? Yeah, these are the only picks they can trade. To the Magic? Okay, we'll look at that next. Those picks after Jokic leaves are going to be, man, I feel bad. As a Blazers fan, this doesn't really make sense. It definitely doesn't, because that's the thing. Like, Strother or Jalen Pickett really move you? Of course not. Does any of these picks move you? Because the you couldn't trade 20, 30, and 31. You could only trade one of them. That's the only pick that has a chance of being good, because 2026 and 28, those are still in the Jokic years. So like there's only one asset on the table, and they could definitely get more for Jeremy Grant. So we're gonna have to swap out Portland for somebody else. They got an 8-0 run going on. What the fuck, New York? Yeah, bro, New York is they're trying to go to Indy. But we already did we did the math here. Like the flight to Cancun is longer from New York. Actually, I'll do the fact checking for you guys right now. For those of you guys who may miss it, New York to Cancun flight time, right? 4 hours and 5 minutes. Now, 40 chess. You got to think about it. Indianapolis, autocorrect, give me 3:20. So that's actually what's going on right now. New York, they know the flight time from New York to Cancun is long. You can cut it down by making a stop in Indy. So that's really what's going to happen. They're going to fly to Indy for game 6, quick stop, a little 24-hour layover, get clapped in Indy, and then straight flight to Cancun from there. That's how this is going on. That's how this is going down right now. Next game, Indiana. RJ and Ocha to Portland for Jeremy Grant. Well, why bro? I don't know. I don't want these fours, bro. We have Scotty Barnes. Let's try to. I mean, we have Barnes and Ingram, so I don't even think we need to look at forwards. We have a guard logjam. Like honestly, I think we just have to stick with let's just see what we have. If anything, we can go for some youth that doesn't really overlap with some of our older, more established pieces. But yeah, maybe a point guard if you don't like quickly. But yeah. What was I gonna look at? Oh yeah, trades. Orlando Magic. So if they want KCP, right? Okay, they have. You know what? Orlando is actually primed to make a move because they have so much tradable salary. Like all these contracts, 10 million up, make it easy to make moves. Jalen Suggs, that contract is not moving. They would never trade Wagner voluntarily. Banchero's not getting traded. So the tradable pieces are KCP, Jonathan Isaac, Cole Anthony, Mo Wagner, Wendell Carter. Now, nobody there has a particular amount of value on their own. I don't know what kind of draft picks they have to make a serious move. They have 20 picks. Bro, think about it. Denver had 4 picks. This team has 20. They have 4 picks in this draft. So yeah, you know what? Orlando's primed to make a trade with their picks. I think you're underestimating the Knicks. Win today with 50-50, take home. No, that's definitely all just banter. The Cancun stuff is definitely just banter. Now again, in terms of seriously what I think, like I do think, yeah, they could easily find them. Not easily. It's possible for them to find themselves in a game 7. I just genuinely don't think with their defensive, physical play style, their lack of, rotation, even though they're starting to rotate pieces now, like I just think asking this team to win 3 in a row is tough. Like if they had to win 2 in a row, I would have a very different story. That third game to me is absolutely huge. Absolutely huge. So yeah, my concern is, or like my pessimism stems from the fact that like they're in a situation where they have zero room for error as a team that is not good at managing minutes against a team that loves quickening up the pace and running up and down the court. I just think 3 wins in a row is tough. It's a lot to ask for. But yeah, man. So Orlando making this move. Let's go to OG will hear this and drop 40. Don't kill me. How about trying to trade RJ or IQ to the Magic individually? We'll explore that. We'll explore that. Michael Porter Jr. for 38 mil on a 2-year deal. Now, I think a part of what Orlando would want is they would want to trade 2 million, like 2-year contracts. So, I mean, everybody here, okay, Mo Wagner is a 1-year deal. So I think this kind of exempts Mo Wagner. I think in a trade like this, they would want to trade probably Isaac and Cole Anthony. But the question is if you're Denver, why the hell do you want Isaac and Cole Anthony? You know what though? Denver would love KCP, but Denver doesn't have any assets to incentivize Orlando to trade KCP. Now, the only issue is that how many draft picks do Orlando want to attach to Cole Anthony and Jonathan Isaac? I think this is the only framework of a trade that like would have any legs. So let's see if the salaries work here. No, they don't. What the hell? Bro, the Magic are a second apron team? Never mind, bro. Never mind. The Magic are a second apron team? What? What? He is key for their defense. Then they're not making a trade, bro, because I don't think they would trade Wagner for a 2-year contract, a 2-year salary. Sorry. I don't think they're trading KCP for, mind you, yeah. I mean, Michael Porter, the issue here more is Michael Porter Jr., right? I think they would trade Isaac for a better piece, but not MPJ. Yeah, where's the score at? It's a 18-point game with 1 minute left in the third. Okay, like I said, bro, playoff watch-along rules are simple. Once garbage time starts, the stream ends. So we're going to keep watching as long as starters are in the game. But once they put the scrubs in, we're out of here. In the meantime, though, we can think about some more of these trades. Who else is somebody? Because the thing is, I did not know Orlando was in the second apron, bro. Hold on. Salary swish, Magic. Okay, they go to hell. This year, the year is, let me make sure that, okay, 2025. Luxury tax room, first apron room, second apron room. Then why is their salary hit? So why would they do that? Oh, this is not the right year. Okay, let me get to the right year. Where do I select the year? Bro, where's the desktop version? It's way better. You know what? Let me do this on the desktop and then copy paste the link. Salary swish Magic. Season display is where you do it. Season display 25-26. 25-26, second apron room, 8 mil. Oh, so the issue is we triggered the second apron. Bro, Orlando is a second apron team. What the hell? Okay, so in an RJ or wait, is that the? Let me make sure. They are a second apron team because they're taking in 38 and they're sending out. Okay, they're not taking in enough. We can rework this. Okay, but this is what we learned today, though. Forget all of this. The Magic are not taking on a bad contract like MPJ when they're this close to the second apron. Under no circumstances is that happening. So we can now potentially look at, and I think if the Orlando Magic looked at a player, it would be RJ. We can look at RJ to the Magic, but no, man, not MPJ. Okay, RJ to the Magic. Magic have to send at least 22. How do they send 22 that works for RJ? Looking at their team now, right? So you have some of your pillars are Wagner, Banchero, and Jalen Suggs. Carter and Wagner, the other Wagner, are your centers. You probably would not want to trade more than one of those. So only one of your centers are on the table, but that's only 10 mil. You still have to add about 12 more. You don't have great opportunities to get to that salary otherwise. No, you know what? Actually, you might. So who do I think they trade? Do I think they would trade KCP here? Potentially, even though they would be losing out on some spacing. Do I think the Raptors would want KCP to kind of just clog up minutes for Grady and Jacoby? No. So I actually don't think we would want that. I think we would want one of Wagner or Wendell Carter. I think we could probably get Wagner, but then again, how big of a sway does him being Franz's brother have? That's yet to be determined. Maybe that makes getting Wendell Carter a little bit easier. But at the same time, that's their starting center. Like there's some interesting things to negotiate here. Goga Batadze. You know what? Let's try to get there without any of these pieces. So let's go Goga Batadze, Anthony Black. Bro, you cannot trade Anthony Black to Toronto to be teammates with Grady. Under no circumstances could you do that. Jet Howard. And then what? Gary Harris. Does that get us to where we need to be from a salary standpoint? Failed. Magic cut 6.3 to the Magic. Magic need to send 6.3 more. Is there no good way to get to 6.3? Shit, okay, might have to be Anthony Black. Yeah, this trade wouldn't happen like this, but like just from a financial standpoint, at least we know it works. Go with Goga Batadze, Gary Harris. Yeah, no. If you're the New York Knicks, what's your game plan? Your game plan is just to be aggressive with Indy and hope they stay timid, right? Like Indy wants to get out and run and play fast. You have to muddy up the game. You have to make it slow. You have to make it methodical. You have to make it like difficult. You got to try to get Indy in foul trouble. Like you have to play as ugly of a game as possible, man. Indy wants to play a very sexy brand of basketball, and you have to just make that very, very, very difficult. I don't know if it's possible, again, consistently for them to do it for 3 games in a row, but they're going to try. So we'll see what happens. Go and get more 2-pointer shots made and keep it very tight defensively as well. This is definitely true. But yeah, get 2-pointers. I mean, modern basketball, you got to hit your threes. I get what you're saying though. You definitely want to get things established going to the basket. You know what I'm feeling like after all these trades? Yes, I just want to do a grid one time. Reset the palette. Sick and tired of number crunching. Born outside the U.S. Oh, thank God. This has been necessary. Okay, Milwaukee. We learned that Sandro Mamukalashvili is from New York. Random foreign Milwaukee Bucks. You know what? Raja Bell, I like it. 0.2. I like it. It's a good selection. Rockets born outside of the U.S. Madi Yunus. 2%. How? 2%. How? Who else knows about this guy? No, Mirotic. I like Mirotic. I totally forgot about this person. 0.7. Totally forgot about this person. Rockets and Pacers. Whoa. Whoa. I don't know what made me. I don't know what reminded me of this person, and I think I got his teams wrong. But Jakar Sampson, that is somebody I have to keep track of his teams because that's a great option for these grids. Jakar Sampson. Damn, what do I have to do to get his Wikipedia? What team? There we go. What teams did this man play for? Jakar Sampson, Philly, Denver, Sacramento, Chicago, and Indy. I gotta keep this guy in mind. I heard the NBA. Houston's gonna make a move, so RJ to the Rockets. Okay, we'll work on this next after the palette gets cleansed. Okay, Cat is on the court. We're officially still not in garbage time. Actually, never mind. I saw Shamit and maybe assumed that we were in garbage time, but there's like all starters on the court. Never mind. I heard the NBA is in the 70s with a lot of good players, but no defining player. Hold on. So what is this saying? You're saying that back in the 70s, the NBA had a lot of good players, but no like era defining player. I think that if that's what you're saying, I think that would be evidenced by the fact that they needed Magic and Bird in the 80s to really save the league. I think the fact that they were even in a position for that to happen gets at what you're getting at. Now, the other side of that would be the fact that all the players in the 70s, all the stars, for one reason or another, just didn't have the limelight or didn't have any like star power. When Kareem is one person, there's Dr. J. There's a bunch of players in the 70s that were great basketball players, and frankly, were probably some pretty cool people. But for some reason or another, we're not able to be marketed or branded or sold to America as superstars, right? The issue is not the basketball talent. The issue is something undefined that I don't know the era or the players well enough to know perfectly. But the mere fact that Magic and Bird had to happen I think I mentioned Dr. J, that Magic or Bird had to happen to save the NBA is a sign about what you're getting at. He only won one chip. I mean, I guess that is an interesting qualifier to saying era-defining player because, like, I guess for the time, dynasties did have to be a thing. Because, like, for example, nowadays, right? Like, Jokic has one chip. Giannis has one chip. Kawhi has two. But, like, a lot of the, like, post-LeBron, KD, Steph superstars, so to speak, like, we're not talking about guys that are going back over and over again and running up chips. Like, I think there's going to, especially in the parity era of the NBA, bro, I think you're going to see a lot of people with just 1 to 2 chips. So that does make it interesting. I wonder if we're almost entering back into that kind of an era where you have a bunch of guys that get a chip as opposed to having a dominant player. Yeah, you're right. Like, we had Magic and Bird in the 80s. We had Jordan. And then even when Jordan wasn't there in the 90s, you had Hakeem who got 2. And then from that point onwards, you got Kobe, you got Tim Duncan, you got LeBron, you got Steph. Like, there's a 90s into like post Steph, there's always been somebody who ran it up. There would be players averaging 30 and still not making it to the second round. You know what? Let's look at this is an interesting conversation. Let's look at NBA stats. Hold on. 80s decade stats NBA. Is this a thing? Can I do this? Season summary? No. Winning percentage in the 80s decade? Fuck it, man. Let's see. Oh, this is by team? Never mind. Wait, no. We're talking 70s. Average league pace. 7. Yo, why the 70s are the worst decade of NBA basketball? That's relevant to what we're talking about. Okay, league champion in 70, the Bucks, MVP Kareem. League champion in 71, the Lakers, MVP. Well, okay, Kareem got 2, bro. Wait, no, hold on. Kareem was on the Lakers in this situation, right? No, he's on Milwaukee. Never mind. When did he go to? Oh, Wilt was on LA. Okay, so Kareem. Wait, what? Wilt was. Why did I processed Wilt as a 60s player. Well, maybe because he was both. Knicks and the MVP was Dave Cowens. Who the hell is that? Okay, Boston and the MVP was Kareem. Is Kareem a Laker yet? Bro, how does he... Never mind. How is he MVP, but he's not at the top of any of these stats? Where's Kareem? Kareem is still a Milwaukee Buck. Oh, hold on. That just made me think of something. I'll get back to that in a second. Bob McAdoo, a.k.a. Machado. Okay, rookies for... God damn, bro. You guys decided to completely wild out, bro. What are you guys on? You guys got to relax. Hold on. The worst era of basketball made the 2020s because of Adam Silver. Celtics had like 6 All-Stars. Okay, hold on. Bob McAdoo or Machado. If you know, you know what that's a reference to. Boston, and then the MVP is Kareem. Is he a Laker yet, though? He is a Laker at this point. Okay. Boston has 2 rings here, but we don't like Boston. Or not even we don't like Boston. I'll get to what I'm about to get at in a second. Portland, but the MVP is Kareem. Washington, but the MVP is Bill Walton. Moses Malone. Okay. I say this to say, brother, I think what might be the issue here is that Kareem, in theory, could have been the guy to be a defining player in this decade, but he was on godforsaken Milwaukee for such a big time in this era. I think that's the problem. He made the switch to the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers won while he was there. But if he was on a Lakers kind of a team and he was running it up, he could have been that era-defining player. But it looks like he spent 5 years running it up on Milwaukee, which in that time, pre-internet, I think being in Milwaukee is a huge. Nah, Cat is still on the court. Bro, once the bench warmers start playing, we're in garbage time. As long as there's still rotation players playing, we're not in garbage time yet. But also, it's a 12-point game, so I don't think we're leaving the game. Big up, though, Mark. Kareem was in lots of movies after he went to the Lakers. Yeah, bro, like, the Lakers move probably happened too late, and then the basketball didn't match up with the move once he went there. So, bro, like, Kareem being in Milwaukee pre-internet, that's probably what stopped him from being the guy that we're talking about. Because let's go back to see what happened. Yeah, bro, all these MVPs and shit, and then he gets to LA. Well, actually, I lied. He got 3 MVPs in LA anyways. Where can I see season outcomes? Oh, playoffs. Haha. Okay. Damn, 11, 3, 8, 15. So he got out of the second round. So he first went to the playoffs as a Laker at 29. That's a problem. So he got out of the second round once, twice, 3, 4. He got out of the second round twice before 34 in LA. That's a problem. You're not getting peak Kareem in the playoffs doing dirt as a Laker. Oh, he got fined. Yo, hold on. He got 2 rings, but one was in the 80s at 37. Y'all think Bron was at them Diddy parties? I don't know if there's... Damn, okay. All right. So, step back, right? Let's take a step back. I'm going to say no, but let's just take a couple steps back, right? You know how people talk about how LeBron, oh my God, he's like such a clean character. He's been with the same partner since high school. He's never cheated, blah, 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 right? Cool. I just don't buy it with him. Not because I don't think that it's possible for a superstar who has all the access in the world and all the money in the world to be faithful to a person that they were with since high school. I completely think that's possible. I just don't think LeBron is that. I just don't. I don't know. I don't have any serious reasons. I don't have any like proper rationales. I just don't think he's that guy, right? But for his record to be so clean in the public, that means wherever any potential allegedly, we're sprinkling allegedlys all over what I'm about to say. It would have to happen in some super discreet settings. And if we think of super discrete settings as something that was actively covered up for years, what do we think that sounds like?
Wait, what we talking about?
LeBron, LeBron at Diddy parties. That's a crazy thing to step back into, right?
What?
We're watching Knicks Pacers. King's gone for half an hour. He doesn't know the contact.
I
The
went to
context.
get tacos. Are we talking about Diddy parties,
We're
bro?
talking about specifically LeBron at Diddy parties, not Diddy parties as a concept, but LeBron at the Diddy parties getting his cheating off in a very discreet setting.
Wait,
Oh, Bron
but are we
Cephas?
sure?
Oh,
Maybe he went to
definitely
the
there.
first. Maybe he went to like the first party, but he didn't go like to the
Hey, hold on,
after
hold on,
party.
hold on, hold on. No, bro. Okay, hold on. Compelling points are being made. He said dude is a compulsive liar. We know this. LeBron is a compulsive liar. LeBron lies so much. This is how you know he's really about this lying life. He lies for no reason. He lies when there's no upside. He lies for like banter. Like he lies for the love of the game. Like he loves two games, basketball and lying. So we think all of a sudden this is the guy that did the high schools. No way, man. I don't think they're ever exposing LeBron. He's bringing money for lots of people in corporate. Out of all the Harden are the main culprits. Oh, Harden is but this thing. Harden went the other way. Harden is just it's known, like it is known. But yeah, no, they're never gonna expose LeBron. And also, here's the thing, right? LeBron is both wealthy enough in terms of resources, but more importantly, he's wealthy in terms of like institutional ties, right? When you're so important to Nike, you effectively have Nike as a protector in society. When you're so important to the NBA, that's another massive entity with resources and money that it's in their best interest for you to be in good shape in life and in the world, right? There's so many things around LeBron that would want the best for LeBron. Like you know how people talk about like the idea, and we're actually not like I'm dead serious. We're not going to get into this, right? But you know how the people talk about the idea of Rock Nation protecting Megan the Stallion, right? That concept is a very real thing, and think of fucking Rock Nation, right? Rock Nation. Compare that to NBA, Nike, blah blah, blah all these different things with LeBron. You don't like LeBron is a very bulletproof individual because of not just his resources, but because of who he is in society, right? So yes, LeBron will never be exposed. He could have been doing some foul shit. The thing about Diddy is that Diddy had made a point to be very independent at some point of like, I want to do my own liquor brands. I don't want to promote somebody else's. I want to do my own shit. I'm going to create Revolt TV. It's like you're isolating yourself in society. So now the dirt that you do, it's in nobody else's best interest to protect you and keep you clean. Shaq was definitely at those parties, bro. Shaq is too openly a nasty person. Yes, I definitely agree. JC since he was 17. Harden was in Atlanta with Lil Baby. He's clear, bro. Harden. I don't know if you guys know this. They retired James Harden's jersey in a strip club in Houston. Like they literally put his jersey in the rafters. Like it's hanging from the top. Harden. Like the way you go to Toronto and you see Vince Carter's name in the rafters at the Scotiabank Arena. There's a strip club in Houston where James Harden's jersey is hanging. That's you know how much money you had to have thrown for them to be like, we got to put a jersey up in here. It's weird how they do it to certain people. Like, oh my God, when you got covers. Well, I was just saying, it's just like, again, when it comes to doing dirt, there's going to be so many people that do dirt. The only thing is like, how important are you to people with resources? Like, how important are you to, think about Peyton Manning, right? Peyton Manning, I'm pretty sure, has done some wild shit. Not even pretty sure. Look up some of his stuff at the University of Tennessee, right? Look at the steroid shit. But at the end of the day, Peyton Manning is not only rich, not only well connected, but he is a powerful brand. And he's a powerful brand that's down to do business with big companies. And because that's the case, those big companies look at him like, well, if Peyton Manning goes down because of some controversial stuff, it's going to be hard to find another Peyton Manning. Let's make sure Peyton Manning is clean. And if we can scratch his back, he'll scratch ours. So like, bro, circling back to where we started with LeBron, whatever crazy shit LeBron has done, it will never see the light of day because LeBron is too much of a willing business person, like a willing business partner. There's too many important people, and he will be protected. But yeah, damn, we we went far away from basketball. Shout out to anybody that's here who likes basketball and is only interested in basketball. It is a 16-point game with 6 minutes to go. I don't know how intently we'll be watching the basketball from this point onwards. When it was a 12-point game, that was cute. 16 with 6 minutes to go. I don't know if necessarily like I'm dying to see what happens, but we're going to be here. We're going to hang out. Again, this stream ends when the game ends or when garbage time begins. Tiger Woods was taken down. And here's the thing, right? If you do wild shit and you go down for it, I don't think it's a viable thing to be like, oh, but look at all the wild shit other people are doing that they get away with. It's like, well, it's still your responsibility to understand like what makes you vulnerable as a person in this world. And if you do wild shit and you make yourself vulnerable just because you didn't get lucky enough to be protected, like I don't think that's something to whine about, right? You roll the dice when you do wild shit in life. Like if you decide you want to steal something from a store, you're rolling a dice. I don't know what the percentages are that you get caught versus you get away, but you're rolling a dice. And if the dice roll hits, you get away, great. If the dice roll hits, you get caught. You can't sit there and complain about the fact that, oh, look at all the other people that stole that didn't get caught. Like, I don't necessarily feel like sympathy towards people who did wild shit and are having to pay the consequences for that and are I guess upset by the fact that other people don't have to. I don't really have a ton of sympathy for them, but like it just is worth acknowledging that like there is definitely factors that determine whether you're going to get away with this stuff or not. Ben Roethlisberger, like huge example, like Big Ben versus Deshaun Watson, right? Like there's a pretty clear difference between who those two people are. Shannon Sharp, bro. Yeah. So here's the thing, right? Like, bro, he did some shit. He did some shit a lot of other people are gonna do. He did some shit that's like, from what I've heard, very, 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 very fucked up shit, right? But it's like, bro, if he was at Fox or no, he's at ESPN, right? But like, if he was at ESPN as a full-time employee, right? Like if he was at ESPN as a full-time employee and not really challenging ESPN, because the thing is like when he starts his own thing at Nightcap and he's basically using ESPN, he's there a couple of days a week to gain some notoriety, but he's not really invested in building ESPN. He's invested in building his own thing to compete with ESPN, right? Apparently he was rumored to get $100 million deal. Like if he wasn't directly in competition with a huge entity with Disney, like if he was pro Disney and there to build a Disney, like I think he probably gets protected by Disney. Like I think it works that. Yo, hold on. You say you think it's that. I know what you mean. What are you referring to? Because I actually don't know what you're responding to. Like, I mean, I'm just out here rambling. I don't even know what I said. 2 minutes ago? But yeah, man, moral of the story is that people are wild as fuck. People do wild shit. If they get caught and go down for it, I don't feel a whole ton of sympathy. Try your best to not do wild shit in life. Word to Cat Williams, he said that Diddy wants to party and you got to tell him no. And I think that's just the best principle. Like people are going to want to do wild shit and you got to tell them no.
Watson and Big Ben. That's what he means.
Oh, we're talking about Watson and Big Ben, bro. Like, it's just the thing is like, okay, like, no, like that. What happened with Big Ben did nothing to him as a person. Like those bullets, literally just bounced off of him, and it's just like, yo, bullets don't bounce off of everybody. So you have to then think about like, what are the differences between the people who bullets bounce off of and the people who bullets go right through them? What do you think about Antonio Brown taunting Brady? Antonio Brown is. They're gonna find record amounts of CTE in his brain, bro. Like they're gonna bro, you know how when you open a piñata, the candy just falls out, right? With Antonio Brown, bro,
are you kidding me?
Making a football movie focusing on this topic, bro. He needs to, bro. We need a concussion remake. We need a concussion remake with a guy. Here's the thing. I think Will Smith was probably the guy at the time was probably the right guy, right? But the problem is that if you think about what has happened with Will Smith, like post that, right? Between all the like Jada Pinkett stuff and the Chris Rock stuff, like I don't look at Will Smith like a serious human being anymore. So whenever I see any of the movies he's in, and he's playing a serious role, I'm just like, nah, you're not a serious person, bro. Like this is not right. It does not look right. So, bro, they gotta do like this Jordan Peele CTE movie. This can be like filling the void that Concussion has left now that I can't take the Concussion movie seriously. That should be a different color is crazy. Will Smith's accent was so bad, bro. I just can't look at a lot of Will Smith stuff in hindsight the same. Like at the end of the day, bro, he's just always gonna be a guy who slapped a guy at the Oscars over something that really just seems like it's his problem. Yeah, for sure, man. Like, is there any way to do movie watch-alongs? Nah, a movie watch-along would be trash because like you're talking over it, then you gotta pause it, then you gotta rewind. That'd be pretty trash.
That, and also you might get hit with a copyright.
Nah, for sure, but I'm sure there's other platforms. Like, did you guys ever run the Netflix party extension during COVID? Because I did that a couple times, but it's like low key. It was like I wouldn't say it's streaming, but like you basically can use this extension to create a chat room for Netflix while you watch Netflix and other people watch at the same time. Like everybody's synced up. So you're all synced up and you're all typing in a chat as you watch the movie. So like, maybe we can run something like that.
All the times I feel use random movie apps or like Discord.
Oh, okay. Oh, Discord would be a good platform for something like that.
Yeah, it'd be Discord.
Jordan Peele's movie is going to talk about players selling their soul for success. Okay, that's a pretty nuanced and layered subject. Like,
yeah, I kind of get the plot. Basically, this guy who's like a quarterback gets like a serious brain injury on the eve of scouting, and he gets like this big time opportunity with like an 8-time champion quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that could be interesting. You said the eve of scouting, like the eve of the combine?
Yeah, the scouting combine.
Yeah, that presents some pretty interesting issues. That would be a good movie. What about Belichick with his 19-year-old handler? Okay, for the facts, she's 24, which is a hilarious thing to specify because when the dude is like 50 years older, 24 versus 19, barely a difference.
And like, yeah, bro, congratulations. That's still weird.
Facts. But yeah, bro, it's bizarre for several reasons that have nothing to do with Bill Belichick, but then more reasons because it's Bill Belichick. Because Bill Belichick, you are king, no distractions. This is a wild ass distraction, right? Belichick seems like
bro, Bill Belichick, besides Nick Saban, is one of the most known and popular football coaches ever.
For being a no-nonsense guy, too. Like, it's not even like Bill Belichick. If Nick Sirianni did this in his 70s, I feel like it would make sense because Nick Sirianni is just a wild boy, right? He is just, I don't know, like, from a character standpoint, it kind of checks out. From a Bill Belichick standpoint, I mean, as the most serious, no-nonsense, on to Cincinnati-ass person ever, this seems so out of character. But you know what it feels like? And this is my biggest issue. I think we've all seen bench Malcolm Butler minutes before a Super Bowl for probably something less wild than this, right? But like we've all probably been around a guy who you know well enough to kind of know who this person is, and then they
do like a complete 180, and now it's like
they do a complete 180 when they meet somebody that is like, and you can't really speak for why this person did it, but you probably look at it and it's like, okay, you may have pulled somebody that's greater than what you think you can pull, and now it's like, oh my, I'm a different person now, right? And it's like, not to say like this is that kind of situation, because frankly, I think this is a financial arrangement. I think he's down to lace her pockets. I think she's down to be a good partner, provided that he's lacing her pockets. I don't think that this is like deep love or like any love. I think this is purely
This
a
is most
financial
definitely
arrangement that you then put a ring on it to make it a socially acceptable thing, right? Which is not even a socially acceptable thing, because there's a lot of people that look at it like it's disgusting, because it is. But like the switch up in his personality, it seems so weird, because it's like, bro, Bill, you're an old man, and this is something I'll see from like teenagers. Like I'll see like a dude that, like, I don't even see that behavior in guys my age. Like that's just something I would think about like high school, undergrad times, of like just seeing a person switch up because of somebody they're dating, right? Like that's a young person thing. So seeing a grown man seemingly become a different person over a partner that I don't even think is a real partner, I'm just looking at it like, I don't understand this. I don't get it. It doesn't make, how did this happen? And all the stories about like his family being worried that this is ruining his legacy.
I don't blame them.
But here's the thing. I don't know if it's true or not, but the fact that it's a person could write that because it's believable, right? Who knows if it's true or not? Who knows if somebody's actually spoken to a member of the family or not, right? But if I'm a writer and I think about this in my basement and I put it out, it's a great thing to put out because it makes sense. It's gonna land, right? So yeah, like I buy that I buy that it's the case. I buy that it's real. I don't even know if that person sourced that story well or not. I just think it's the case. Because why would you not be? Like, bro, you're Bill Belichick's daughter. You're probably like 20 years older than this girl. Like, she's making all this money off your family. You're conceivably more. You should be more important to him than she is. Like, yeah, it's a crazy situation.
Like, bro,
and again,
imagine if they're married and the daughter now has to call this younger woman her mother, quote unquote.
hey, fat bro, pay for play, bro. This is a 10-day contract, right? Like this is a
And you know what's gonna make this
ongoing
worse?
arrangement.
What if UNC is complete ass this year? Oh my god, they are not gonna stop talking about it.
Hold on. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. I agree with you, Joel, but I think caring about his legacy is the socially acceptable way to care about his money. I think if you're Bill Belichick's kids and you say, "Hey, Dad, we don't want her taking your money," you come across as bitter, you come across as entitled, and you come across as like selfish, right? So you can't actually say that, even though that's how you feel, and it is a valid way to feel. But
it's kind of like Travis Hunter and his girl. You can't be like, "Yo, bro, she only wants the money."
Bro, but here's the thing. So it's like you can't actually you can't do that. It's just you have to be tactful and strategic. The strategic way to say I'm worried about her taking money is to say I'm worried about her impacting your legacy, to achieve the same goal of hopefully making her less important in his life. So I think that's what it is. I think they care about the bread. I don't think they care about the legacy, because frankly, who cares about legacy? Shout out to Floyd Mayweather. You can't eat legacy. But you can't, money actually is impactful and important. So I think that's definitely the issue. Don't know why you don't source extracurricular activities behind the scenes. You're way too old to be doing this. Hold on. Source extra behind the scenes. What do you mean? Out of curiosity, what do you mean by source the extracurricular activities? I think we've hit garbage time.
1 minute, 18-point game. Yeah.
Is this shit going to 7? It looks like the Knicks figured it out with more aggressive defense and Robinson playing. It might go 7, but I still have Indy winning. Indy wins in either 6 or 7. I don't think that they. It is garbage time. No, Nembhard is still on the court. Damn, why is Yo, Furphy is playing. Where's Genwill? Where's OG? OG and Nembhard are on the court for what?
Stat pattern. Yes.
No, but like, bro, young Kobe, what do you mean by source extracurricular activities? Like, do you mean doing your background research on her? Do you mean
like maybe instead of like doing this, should he do like some other old people stuff? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, I just want to know exactly what you're talking about with it. Like, I could make assumptions, but I'm actually I'm curious what you mean. But yeah, okay, guys, before we wrap things up, just gonna give you guys an update. So I'm gonna be back on Saturday for this watch along for Game 6. I am not gonna be able to do a Game 7 watch along if it gets to Game 7. I've long talked about how I have a Monday night obligation that I just don't move. So hopefully this ends in 6, so that we don't have to have a Game 7, so that I don't have to feel conflicted. So I will be back on Saturday for Game 6. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be on the In Motion Football channel, which is my NFL channel. Anybody that's here that's not familiar or aware, I have an NFL channel. I've shared the link here. It's In Motion Football. I'll be back on Sunday on that channel. I haven't done a stream in like over a month. No, just about a month. Because I've been busy here. But I will be here on Sunday to talk about just general NFL news, OTA news. We're definitely going to talk about Stephon Diggs. That for sure. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing on Sunday on that channel. Back here Saturday. I'm not going to be doing anything tomorrow night. I'm not going to be doing anything on Monday. And then on Tuesday, well, you know what? Okay. After that, there's going to be nothing on this channel until Thursday, which is Game 1. But yeah, so that's the streaming schedule from this point onwards. Shout out to everybody in here. Big up to all you guys. You guys are all my dogs. I know some of you guys might not be football fans, but if you guys want to support the In Motion Football channel anyways, for me, that'd be much appreciated. Just paying for it. Oh, okay. This is I agree with what you're saying. If you're interested in some transactional shit, just do some discrete transactional shit. Don't make a mess like this. Like, why are you being a distraction that you've always policed? But go ahead, King.
Like, bet, invest, travel, do something, bro.
Yo, but here's the thing. I agree with what you're saying, but I'm also saying if you want to be on some weird freak shit that's transactional, like do the weird freak shit transactionally in private. I don't know. Like, just it doesn't have to be a story. I just don't understand how the don't be a distraction person can all of a sudden be so willing to be a distraction. I have a friend who thinks that this is all this is all about him coaching at UNC. Like, he wants to appear young and cool to the young kids that he has to recruit. So this is all about, like, he had to do something to be a different person, because he thinks that the old Bill Belichick would have a hard time going into kids' living rooms and recruiting them, and feel like he thinks that this is a weird ploy to be relatable, like, with younger kids, which is fucked. But also, I do think it's possible.
How you do, my fellow young kids ass.
Facts. Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. Not even the Cardi B situation, just the video and the discourse about. My take is that while some people think that, oh, how could you be a wide receiver 1 doing this? My argument is actually that what I saw in that video is wide receiver 1 behavior.
Exactly. That OBJ, Antonio Brown.
I've never seen anything more wide receiver 1 than that. And that's all I'm going to say. We're going to talk about it.
Wide receiver 1 activity I've seen.
Bro, wide receiver 1s are not humble people. Bro, my wide receiver 1 cracks a book open on the sideline to stop himself from yelling at people, bro. Wide receiver 1s are not stable people.
My wide receiver 1 last year was known for being a crash out. What are we talking about?
Yes, wide receiver 1s are crash outs. But we're going to further get into this at In Motion Football on Sunday. So yeah, shout out to everybody in here. Make sure you guys run up the likes and the subs on the way out. I will be here again on Saturday. You guys have fun until then. I hope to see you guys there. I'm out. Take care.